Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, these videos are going to be videos that I am revamping from some of my older videos. A couple reasons for that. YouTube is not paying all that great right now, and I've been told I talk way too much and I get a lot of blah 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 comments. So therefore I'm kind of trying to cut some of this stuff out. So if you need any more information on what you're about to see and you feel like something got missed, please go find the longer version of these videos. Thanks for watching. First things first, I already took and unhooked the battery. First, I'm going to pull the air filter out. Just a couple clips here. I believe that just pops up and kind of pulls forward. And you can get the air filter out. Right here, get yourself a flat blade standard screwdriver. Loosen that hose clamp up. And twist this thing out of there. And just take that, put it under there, and pry up on it. There we go. There's another one over here. Take that. Just pry up on it. And that should bring this whole box out. Take this fan cover shroud off here. On mine, it looks like there's a couple bolts down here. I haven't figured out the sizes yet, and I'm thinking there's a couple over here on the driver's side, but I'm not sure. I haven't quite dug into that. But when I went to start looking at pulling this shroud off, there are 3 bolts that are supposed to be holding this to the core support here that are missing. So this shroud is just kind of flopping around in the wind here, literally. You don't want to do this down here. And there's 2. There's one towards the front here, which you can get these long sockets. I don't care where you get them from. They're long extensions. Grab them. They make life so much easier. But if you don't have one, you can get it. Loosen up a little bit here. Take them all the way out. Yep, the shroud. One of them straight down. If you go in front of the brake booster area here, and also the radiator hose kind of goes around. It's in front of the radiator hose in this corner here. Another one, if you go behind the radiator hose, it's back here, right on the corner of your brake booster here, straight down. I've decided that this is in my way, so if it's easy to get off and it's in my way, I'm going to take it off. I got my ratchet here, and I believe that's an 8mm. This is an 8mm. I cannot find my 8mm, so I got a 5/16. It's not that hard to get off, so it'll work even though it's a little big. And I'm just going to loosen that up and pull it off of there. And before you start ripping things apart here, you definitely have to unplug a couple wires here. Real simple. Just pull these tabs up. I believe I have everything out of the way of getting this where I need it for the most part. I guess I could do that, but we'll see if it gets in my way. If it does, I'll baling wire it. But I think I got all the nuts, bolts, screws, whatever is holding this on. But honestly, there was only 4 of them in this all together. So pay attention to under, over, and around. Make sure you're not breaking things or pulling on things you shouldn't. Make sure there's no wires hooked to anything. And the best way seems to be just kind of bending this up, pulling it out here. And then it's kind of stuck down here on some stuff. There we go. Down behind the fan here, right below the alternator, is this tensioner pulley. Basically, well, that's exactly what it is. And if you can see, there's like a little square hole right there as I flip you off. Now they make a special tool to pry on that, but what I got is a flexible head ratchet. Although you could put a regular ratchet on there and put a little extension on it, whatever you need. this is the size of that hole in here, and hopefully all my parts and pieces are not in the way. And push forward on it. And right now, I am just trying to get the alternator belt off of here. And do not get your fingers in between these pulleys and the belt, or you will regret it when this thing either falls back or pops off here. So that's as far as I'm going to go there. This is going to come back quite a ways, as you can see. So be careful you don't let your wrench just go, or that will fly down and break something or crack your fingers. Yeah, I'm in the middle of my Astro Van videos here. I'm going to have several of those, so if you haven't already, go check them out. This one is going to be on the fan belt, and if you don't have one of these, make sure you take a picture before you take your belt off. So as you can see, there's a lot more off here than normal. Well, really, about the only thing that would be differ from what maybe you're going to do that I'm going to do is that there isn't a fan in my way. You have your belt, obviously. We're going to put that down in there. Now on your belt, you got a grooved section and a flat section. So if you don't have, for some reason, you're putting this belt on, for some reason you can't figure out the way it goes on. The easiest way to figure it out is that you have grooved pulleys and you have flat pulleys. So the groove side of the belt goes in the grooves, the flat side of the belt goes on the flat pulleys. Seems simple enough. I'm sure there's a car out there somewhere that doesn't work that way, but I haven't seen it yet. So what we're going to do is kind of check things out. I'm going to lay the belt over this here, and normally, like I said, there would be a fan here, and surprisingly enough on this car, the belt actually does not go around the fan. You actually start out behind the fan, and you would drape it so that it kind of lays on top of this pulley here, the fan belt or fan pulley here, and then that would kind of lay everything down around it. But since I don't have my fan, it's difficult to do. So I'm going to start out around the alternator pulley right here and the air compressor pulley right here. And we're going to start out there, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to skip this pulley here, which is the tensioning pulley, because for right now that's not in this place it's supposed to be. Now we got another flat one here, so I'm going to take the flat belt, part of the belt, put it underneath there, over there, compressor one. Then we got what I believe is the power steering pump pulley, something to that effect. And I'm going to go around that one because it's a groove, so the groove side goes on that. Then up and over the fan pulley, flat. Alright, so that leaves us with one more, the crank pulley down here. And it's not going to be nice to me. There we go. Just kind of hold things on. Then we got down here, we got the crank pulley down on the bottom. It is a grooved one, so we are going to put the groove side onto that. And there we go. Such as it is. Alright, now, so we're going over the alternator, under the this pulley here, idler pulley, couldn't remember the name of that one, over the top of the air conditioner, over the top of the I believe it's power steering pump, then flat side over the fan pulley, then down across the crank pulley down there, and we skip this one. So here's where we set the belt. Alright, 3/8 ratchet right here. This will coincide with the hole inside this pulley right here. There's a little square hole. Now they do make a tool for this, but honestly this is one of those places where I have never had it and have never even used one, and I've done quite a few of these. So what we will be doing is actually kind of pulling that to the side of that pulley there, putting this behind there and sticking it in there, and we'll just ratchet it. Oop, I got the ratchet in the wrong direction here. There we go. Now we'll ratchet it up. I'll carefully get this pulley, and it's kind of twisted, so I'm going to actually twist it in the other direction here. And you want to be careful, you don't want to get your fingers in between any of the pulleys in the belt. And it's pretty much as simple as that. It's really not a difficult procedure, especially if your fan's not in the way. Admittedly, it's going to be a little bit more hard with the fan. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.